This is the first of a series of 5 short films from Cumbria Action for Sustainability to help you look after your home. This film covers the difference between the traditional construction of older buildings and buildings of more modern construction. The second film looks at how to minimise the impact of flooding in older traditionally constructed buildings. The third explores how to deal with damp. And the fourth, how best to improve energy efficiency, both again for traditional buildings, whilst the fifth film looks at dealing with the impact of flooding and damp in newer buildings. By traditional buildings, we generally mean solid wall properties built without a cavity. These are usually buildings built before the 1920s and usually of brick or stone. Occasionally you might also come across timber-framed buildings or solid walls built of earth or clay, which have different considerations and are not covered in this film. Every building is unique, so all the films can only provide general guidance. More building-specific advice is available at the Cumbria Action for Sustainability website, as well as the websites of Historic England and Historic Environment Scotland and the Society for the Protection of Ancient Buildings. Traditional solid wall buildings are constructed of porous or permeable materials. These actively absorb moisture prior to releasing it via evaporation, thus keeping the building dry. This is often referred to as allowing the walls to breathe. Most of the evaporation is through the lime mortar and renders externally due to changes in temperature and humidity aided by wind and sun. Lime plasters internally also allow drying aided by heating and ventilation. By contrast, modern cavity wall construction prevents moisture entering the building by using impermeable materials such as cement mortars, renders and damp-proof courses. In the late 19th century, damp-proof courses were introduced to prevent moisture getting into modern construction. However, where traditional buildings have kept their breathable materials, they do not require damp-proof courses, as the upward movement of moisture from the ground and penetrating through the walls will naturally evaporate. To keep solid wall buildings dry, it is therefore important to continue to enable the walls to breathe. So if this type of building is not well maintained, or if it is repaired using inappropriate non-porous materials that are more suited to cavity wall construction, they can trap the moisture within the building fabric, leading to problems with erosion of the stone or the brick, as well as timber, decay, mould, condensation and difficulties with heating. In summary, as a first step in looking after and maintaining your home, it is important to understand how it is constructed and how it manages moisture, as this will inform the choice of materials that suit the building when carrying out the works. The key point with traditional buildings is to retain the breathable performance of their construction.